You motherfucker!
Got him.
Man, fuck them motherfuckers.
Hello everybody, it's So Hammy Pro here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Squad, which is currently in early access. Squad is a tactical first-person shooter with realistic elements and a focus on team play. Again, focus on team play doesn't necessarily represent what 90% of the player base does. Anyway, aside of that, it is created by the people who developed Battlefield 2 Project Reality mod. Project Reality is basically a mod for Battlefield 2 which is insanely popular with a loyal fan base who play a lot even today. You can actually download it from their website for free. You don't need Battlefield 2 or anything. It's a standalone mod now. I definitely recommend checking it out if you like these kinds of games. Anyway, on to the game itself. I'm going to start with the positives because I do have a lot of negatives. But to be fair, I like the game and I mean, there's good things about it. Now I must say, I am really happy with the focus of teamwork which the developers of this game put in. Now, even though it's not perfect and there's always those assholes that got it for the wrong reasons, just to like friendly fire everyone or to go lone wolf, there's a lot of players who are actually, playing the game for the way it's supposed to be, actually playing their roles, not running off, listening to the squad leaders and stuff like that. That's not to say that it always works out. Sometimes you work as a team when you get fucked by some one guy who runs into your trench. But it does definitely increase the fun and it increases the chances of survival. Another thing which kinda ties into the teamwork thing is the communication in this game. Not just the fact that they encourage it, but the way it works. If you guys play Arma 3, the radio really reminds me of Task Force radio. Just, it's immersive. It doesn't require you to use fucking TeamSpeak or anything like that. It's in-game. And, I mean, it's not perfect, but, like, you have the radio and all that stuff. It feels realistic.
Moving it.
That was an example of what the radio kind of sounds like, but I'm sure trust me, it sounds great. Now, before I get into the negatives, I just want to like vent about some of the bullshit I see in reviews and stuff like that. I play a lot of Arma. I played every single Arma game a lot, and I really like it. But Squad, even though it is also has some realistic elements and is, quote unquote tactical, it is very different from Arma, and I just want to get that out of the way. That is neither a positive nor a negative because they all have different goals. Again, this is the spiritual successor of Project Reality, not Arma 3, okay? So if you just play Altus Life and stuff, you never played actual game modes in Arma 3, not dissing anyone, I'm just saying that you won't necessarily enjoy it if you're not really into the milsim aspect. Now, before I get this out of the way, I want to make it clear that I'm not a fanboy for this game. There's a lot of problems with it, and I'll get to that, trust me. But I'm kind of pissed off at people just saying the game is shit just because the game is the way it is. Now, I'm going to say some shitty aspects of the game, but just because you have to run around a lot, I know they should add vehicles and stuff, but just because it has a lot of hiking and shit, and it's, difficult to kill people, doesn't mean it's a bad game. It just means that it's not for you. Now, yes, I agree, they need to have vehicles. Maybe they need to make the uniforms a bit more visible from long distances. But, I mean, you can't really hate it for just being its own thing. But, again, I'll get to the shitty aspects. Just a heads up, they will be adding vehicles in the near future, which should solve people's issue with moving around, and it also should vary the gameplay. One thing that this game lacks is consistency from game to game. Now, in one game, everyone is communicating and working together and stuff like that, and everyone is having fun, and you can tell. But another game, no one's talking to each other, everyone's running and gunning. Maybe one team has much more people than the other team. And issues like that, that's really the main thing that keeps me from playing this game consistently. Another issue is the fact that the maps are very similar. Now, I'm not talking about the way they look or anything like that, or even the size. What I'm just saying is that it would be fun if they had like a massive building which had some sort of CQB action. I'm not talking about fast paced or anything. I'm just saying if you had a different level of gameplay, maybe people from floors above you and stuff like that, it would make it really fun without sacrificing the milsim aspect of it. Now, an issue which, I mean, yeah, it's an alpha, but I have to mention, technical issues. Like this guy here, I don't know what's up with him, he's glitched, he's probably died like 5 minutes ago. But his body's still there and it looks like he's alive, so I'm shooting at him, he doesn't die, and it's weird. Also, in actually my second game after I downloaded it, I got clipped to a tree for the whole game, which wasn't fun at all. Now, I would recommend this game for people who already are into the genre. That means if you played Project Reality and stuff like that. I'm not going to necessarily include Arma in this because it is actually quite different, and even though you enjoy that, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll like this. I would also recommend it if you are going to play with friends or in a group. Even if you're new to the series, it can really be a lot of fun. Now, I would not recommend this to people who are new to the genre and wouldn't be open to being yelled at by people if you suck, or if you have a problem with walking around and it being kind of boring at times. If you're just trying to play this for shits and giggles, you might not enjoy it. Anyway, rate, comment, and subscribe.